Among the rice fields, by Laurence Hope. She was fair as a passion flower, but little of love he knew. Her lucent eyes were like amber wine, and her eyelids stained with blue. He called them the gates of fair desire, and the lakes where beauty lay. But I looked into them once, and saw the eyes of beasts of prey. He praised her teeth, which were small and white as lilies upon his lawn, while I remembered the tiger's fangs that met in a speckled fawn. She had her way, a lover the more, and I had a friend the less. For long there was nothing to do but wait and suffer his happiness. But now I shall choose the sharpest kriss and nestle it in her breast, for dead he is drifting down to sea, and his own hand wrought his rest. Back to the border, by Laurence Hope. The tremulous morning's breaking against the wide waste of the sky, and hundreds of birds are awaking in tamarisk bushes hard by. I, waiting alone in the station, can hear in the distance, grey-blue, the sound of that iron desolation, the train that will bear me from you. It will carry me under your casement. You'll find in your dreams as your life quiver from gable to basement, the rush of my train sweeping by. And I shall look out as I pass it, your dear, unforgettable door. 'Twas ours till last night, but alas, it will never be mine any more. Through twilight blue-grey and uncertain, where frost leaves the window pane free, I look at the tinsel-edged curtain that hides so much pleasure for me. I go to my long undone duty, alone in the chill and the gloom. My eyes are still full of beauty, I leave in your rose-scented room. Lie still in your dreams, for your tresses are free of my lingering kiss. I keep you awake with caresses, no longer be happy and wish. Compassion you told me you hated, you know and forever set free. I pass on my train sore weighted, your house where it was heaven to me. You won't find a trace when you waken of me or my love of the past. Rise up and rejoice. I have taken my longed-for departure at last. By fervent and useless persistence you never need suffer again, nor even perceive in the distance the smoke of my vanishing train. Fancy, by Laurence Hope. Far in the further east the skilful craftsman fashioned this fancy for the west's delight. This rose and azure dragon crouching softly upon the satin's skin, close-grained and white. And you lay silent while his slender needles pricked the intricate pattern on your arm, combining deftly cruelty and beauty, that subtle union whose child is charm. Charm irresistible, the lovely something we follow in our dreams, but may not reach. The unattainable divine enchantment hinted in music, never heard in speech. This from the blue design exhales towards me, as incense arises from the homes of prayer, while the unfettered eyes, allured and rested, urge the forbidden lips to stop and share. Share in the sweetness of rose and azure, traced in the dragon's form upon the wide curve of the arm. To curb thyself, my fancy, where wouldst thou drift in this enchanted flight? Farewell, by Laurence Hope. Farewell, Aziz. It was not mine to fold you against my heart for any length of days. I had no loveliness, alas, to hold you, nor serene voice, nor charm that lovers praise. Yet in the midst of grief and desolation, solace I my despairing soul with this. Once for my life's eternal consolation, you lent my lips your loveliness to kiss. Ah, that one night! I think love's very essence distilled itself from out my joy and pain, like tropical trees whose fervid inflorescences glows, gleams and dies never to bloom again. Often I marvel how I met the morning with living eyes after a wet night with you. Ah, how I cursed the wan, white light for dawning, and mourned the paling stars as each withdrew. Yet I, even I, who am less than dust before you, less than the lowest lintel of your door, was given one breathless midnight to adore you. Fate, having granted this, can give no more. I shall forget, by Laurence Hope. Although my life, which thou hast scared and shaken, retains the wildsome influence of we, as shells by fadeless waves long since forsaken, still murmur with the music of the sea. I shall forget, not whine the haunting beauty which, once beheld, forever holds the heart, or, if resigned from stress of fate or duty, takes part of life away, the dearer part. I gave thee love for gifts but desire, I the delusion of that summer night. The soul vibrated at the rate of fire, mine with a ribbon of the waves of light. It is my love for thee that I regret, not thee thyself, and hence I shall forget. Less than the dust, by Laurence Hope. Less than the dust beneath a chariot wheel, less than the rust that never stained my sword, less than the trust thou hast in me, O Lord, even less than these, less than the beat that grows beside thy door, less than the speed of hours spent far from thee, less than the need thou hast alive of me, even less am I. Since I, O Lord, am nothing unto thee, since here thy sword I make it keen and bright, love's last reward, death, comes to me tonight. Farewell, Zayuddin. Middle Age, by Laurence Hope. The sins of youth are hardly sins, so frank we are and free. 'Tis but when middle age begins we need mortality. Ah, pause and wait with bitter truth that middle age grown old no comprehension has of youth, no pity for the old. Youth with his half-divine mistakes she never can forgive, so much she hates his charm which makes worthwhile the life we live. She scorns old age, whose tolerance and calm, well-balanced mind, knowing how crime is born of chance, can pardon all mankind. Yet she, alas, has all the power of strength and place and gold. Man's every act through every hour is by her laws controlled. All things she grasps with sordid hands and weights and tarnished scales. She never feels, understands, and yet her will prevails. Cold-blooded, wise and careful sin, gold lust, blind selfishness, the shortest, cheapest way to win some worse than cheap success. Such are her attributes and aims, yet meekly we obey, while she to guide and order claims all issues of the day. You seek for honor, friendship, truth, let middle age be bent. Go for warm-hearted acts to youth, to age, to understand. On the City Wall by Laurence Hope. Upon the city ramparts, lit up by sunset gleam, the blue eyes that conquer meet the darker eyes that dream. The dark eyes so eastern and the blue eyes from the west, the last alive with action, the first so full of rest. Brown that seem to hold the past, its magic mystery, blue that catch the early light of ages yet to be. Meet and fall and meet again, linger, look and smile, time and distance are forgotten for a little while. Happy on the city wall in the warm spring weather, of the force of nature's laws drawing them together. East and west so gaily blending for a little space, all the sunshine seems to center round and shunted place. One rides down the dusty road, one watches from the wall. Azure eyes would fain return, and amber eyes recall. Would fain be on the ramparts and resting heart to heart, but time or love is of a past, east and west must part. Blue eyes so clear and brilliant, brown eyes so dark and deep. Those are dim and right away, we scribe themselves to sleep. Oh, since love is all so short, the sobs so near the smile, blue eyes will always conquer us, is it worth your while? Palm Trees by the Sea by Laurence Hope. Love, let me thank you for always. Now we have drifted apart, wandered away from the sea, for the fresh touch of your kiss, for the young warmth of your heart, for your youth given to me. Thanks for the curls of your hair, softer than silk to the hand, for the clear gaze of your eyes, for yourself delicate, fair, seen as you lay on the sand under the violet skies. Thanks for words that you said, secretly, tenderly sweet, all through a tropical day, till when the sunset was red, I, who lay still at your feet, felt my life ebbing away. Weary and worn with desire, only yourself could console. Love, let me thank you for always, for that fierce fervor and fire burned through my lips to my soul, from the white heat of your kiss. You were the essence of spring, wayward and bright as a flame. While we have drifted apart, still how the syllables sing, mixed in your musical name, deep in the well of my heart. Once in the lingering light, thrown from west on the sea, laid you your garments aside. Slender and goldly bright, glimmered your beauty set free, bright as a pearl in the tide. Once ere the thrill of the dawn silvered the edge of the sea, I, who lay watching you rest, pale in the chill of the morn, found you still dreaming of me, stilled by love's fanciest possessed. Fallen on sorrowful days, love, let me thank you for this. You were so happy with me, wrapped in youth's roseate haze, wanting no more than a kiss by the blue edge of the sea. Ah, for those nights on the sand and the palms by the sea, of a strange dream of those days spent in the passionate land. For your youth given to me, I am your debtor always. Request by Laurence Hope. Give me yourself 1 hour, do not crave for any love or even thought of me. Come as a Sultan may caress a slave and forget forever utterly. Come as west winds that passing cool and wet our desert places, leave the fields in flower and all my life, for I shall not forget, or keep the fragrance of that perfect hour. Sea Song by Laurence Hope. Against the planks of a cabin's side, so slight a thing between them and me, the great waves thundered and throbbed and sighed, the great green waves of the Indian Sea. Your face was white as the foam is white, your hair was curled as the waves are curled. I would we had steamed and reached with night, the sea's last edge, the end of the world. Wind blew, and though the open port, so fleshly joyous and salt and free, your hair it lifted, your lips it sought, and went swept back to the open sea. The engines throbbed with a constant beat. Your heart was nearer, and all I heard, your lips were salt, but I found them sweet, while, acquiescent, you spoke no word. So straight you lay in your narrow berth, rocked by the waves, and you seemed to be essence of all that is sweet on earth, of all that is sad and strange at sea. And you were white as the foam is white, your hair was curled as the waves are curled. Ah, had we but sailed and reached with night, the sea's last edge, the end of a world. Starlight by Laurence Hope. Oh, beautiful stars, when you see me go hiver and viver in search of love, do you think my fadeless who gleam a glow serene and fixed in the blue above? Oh, stars so golden, it is not so. But where's a garden I dare not see? Where's a place where I fear to go? Since the charm and glory of life to me the brown earth covered were long ago. Oh, stars, you saw it, you know, you know. Hiver and viver I wandering go, with aimless haste and wearying fret, in the search for pleasure and love? Not so, seeking desperately to forget. You see so many, oh stars, you know. Sunstroke, by Laurence Hope. Oh, straight, wide road that runs to meet the cross-green fields, the blue-green sea. You knew the little weary feet of my child bride where it was to be. Her people brought her from the shore one golden day in sultry June, and I stood waiting at the door, praying my eyes might see her soon. With eager arms wide open thrown, and her never to be satisfied, I could make my love my own. She closed her amber eyes and died. Alas, alas, they took no heed how frail she was, my little one, but brought her here with cruel speed under the fierce, relentless sun. We laid her on the marriage bed, with bridal flowers in her hand, a maiden from the ocean led, only, alas, to die inland. I walk alone, the air is sweet, the bright road wanders to the sea. I dream of those two little feet that grew so tired in reaching me. The First Lover, by Laurence Hope. As o'er the vessel's side she leant, she saw the swimmer in the sea, with eager eyes on her intent. Come down and swim with me. So weary was she of her lot, tired of a ship's monotony. She straightway all the world forgot, save the young swimmer in the sea. So when the dusk dying light left all the water dark and dim, she softly in the friendly night slipped down the vessel's side to him. Intent and brilliant, brightly dark, she saw his burning, eager eyes, and many a phosphor-scant spark about his shoulders fall and rise. As though the hushed and eastern night we swim together hand in hand, or lay and laughed in sheer delight, full length upon the level sand. Ah, soft, elusive, purple night, whose darkness knew no waxing moon, a cruel, needless, dawning light that trembled in the sky too soon. The Hut, by Laurence Hope. Dear little hut by the rice fields circled, with cocoa-nut shade above. I hear the voices of children singing, and that means love. When shall the traveller's march be over? When shall his wandering cease? This little homestead is bare and simple, and that means peace. Knight of the road, I am not unfaithful. Intense let my dwelling be. I am not longing for peace or passion from anyone else but we, my Krishna, anyone else but we. The Jungle Flower, by Laurence Hope. Are the cool silence of the shaded hours, the scanting colors of the jungle flowers. Thou art one of the jungle flowers, strange and fierce and fair, palaced amber, perfect lines, and scanted with chamber flower. Lie back and frame thy face in the gloom of thy loosened hair. Sweet thou art and laughed, I laughed for an hour. But thought flies far, far to another breast, whose whiteness breaks the rose of a twin pink flower. The wind the azure veins with my lips caressed, and fate was gentle to me for a too brief hour. There's my spirit's home and my soul's abode, the rest are only inns on the traveller's road. The Net of Memory, by Laurence Hope. I cast the net of memory, man's torment and delight, over the level sands of youth that lay serenely bright, where tranquil gold at times submerged in the springtides of love's delight. The net brought up in silver gleams, forgotten truth and fancies fair. Like opal shells, small happy facts within the net entangled were, with a red coral of his lips, the waving seaweed of his hair. We were so young, he was so fair. The rice was under water, by Laurence Hope. The rice was under water, and the land was scorched with rain. The nights were desolation, and the day was born in pain. Ah, the famine, and the fever, and the cruel, swollen streams. I had died, except for Krishna, who consoled me in my dreams. The burning gates were smoking, and the jewels melted down. The temples lay deserted, for the people left the town. Yet I was more than happy, though passing strange it seems, for I spent my nights with Krishna, who loved me in my dreams. The Singer, by Laurence Hope. The singer only sang of the joy of life, for all too well alas. The singer knew how hard the daily toil, how keen the strife, how sore the falling tear, the joys how few. He who thinks hard soon finds it hard to live, learning the secret bitterness of things. So leaving forth, the singer strove to give a level lightness to his lyric strings. He only sang of love, its joy and pain, but each man in his early season laughs, each finds the old, lost paradise again, unfolding leaves and roses, nesting dews. And though that sunlit time flies all too fleetly, delightful days that dance away too soon, its early morning freshness lingers sweetly through our life's grey and tedious afternoon. And he whose dreams enshrine her tender eyes, and she whose senses wait his waking hand, impatient youth that tired but sleepless lies, will read perhaps, and reading understand. Oh, rose-ate lips he would have loved to kiss, oh, eager lovers that he never knew. What should you know of him, or words of his? But all the songs he sang were sung for you. The window overlooking the harbour, by Laurence Hope. Sad is the evening, all the level sand lies left and lonely, while the restless sea, tired of the green caresses of the land, withdraws into its own infinity. But still more sad this white and chilly dawn, filling the vacant spaces of the sky, where little winds blow here and where forlorn, and all the stars, weary of shining, die. And more than desolate to wake to rise, leaving the couch where softly sleeping still, what through the past night made my heaven lies, and looking out across the window still. See from the upper window's vantage ground, mankind slip into harness once again, and wearily resume his daily round of love and labor, toil and strife and pain. How the sad thoughts slip back across the night, the whole thing seems so aimless and so vain. What use the rapturous passion and delight burned out, as though they could not wake again? The worn-out nerves and very brain repeat the question, whether all these passions tend with curious thirst, so painful and so sweet, so fierce, so very short-lived, to what end? Even if seeking for ourselves, the race, the only mortality we know, even if from the flow of our embrace some spark should kindle or some fruit should grow, what were the use? The gain to us or it, but we should cause another you or me, another life from our light passion lit, to suffer like ourselves a while and die. What aim, what end, indeed, our being runs in a closed circle. All we know or see tends to assure us that a thousand suns, teeming perchance with life, have ceased to be. Our grey dawn seems more than desolate, and the past night of passion worse than waste. Love but a useless flower, which sooner or later turns to fruit with bitter aftertaste. Youth, even youth, seems futile and forlorn, while a new day grows slowly wide above. Pale and reproachful comes the chilly dawn after the farewell of a night of love. There is no breeze to cool the heat of love, by Laurence Hope. The listless palm trees catch a breeze above the pile-built huts that edge the salt lagoon. There is no breeze to cool the heat of love, no wind from land or sea at night or noon. Perfumed and robed I wait, my lord, for you, and my heart waits alert with strained delight. The flowers are loath to close, as though they knew that you will come to me before the night. In the veranda all the lights are lit, and softly veiled in rose to please your eyes. Between your pillars flying foxes flit, their wings transparent on the lilac lies. Come soon, my lord, come soon. I almost fear my heart may fail me in this keen suspense. Break with delight at last to know you near. Pleasure is one with pain if too intense. I envy these, the steps that you will tread, the jasmine that will touch you by its leaves, when in your slender height you stop your head at the low door beneath the palm-thatched eaves. For though you utterly belong to me, and love has done his utmost twixt us twain, your slightest, careless touch yet seems to me that keen delights so much akin to pain. The night breeze blows across the still lagoon, and stirs the palm trees till we wave above our pile-built huts. Oh, come, my lord, come soon. There is no breeze to cool the heat of love. Every time you give yourself to me, the gift seems greater, and yourself more fair. The slight-built, palm-thatched hut has come to be a temple since, my lord, you visit here. And as the water, gurgling softly, goes among the piles beneath the slender floor, I hear it murmur as its seaward flows of the great wonder seen upon the shore. The miracle that you should come to me, whom the whole world seeing can but desire. It is as though some white star stopped to be the messmate of our little cooking fire. Leaving the glory of his purple skies and the white friendship of a crescent moon, and yet I look into your brilliant eyes and find content. Oh, come, my lord, come soon. Perfumed and robed, I wait for you. I wait, the flowers that pledged you wreathed about my hair, and this poor face set forth in jeweled state, so more than proud since you have found it fair. My lute is ready, and the fragrant drink your lips may honor. How it will rejoice, losing its life in yours. The lute, I think, but waits the time when I might hear your voice. But you desired it, wherefore I obey. The slightest as your utmost wish or will. If that please you to caress or slay, it would please me to give obedience still. I would delight to die beneath your kiss. I envy that young maiden who was slain, so warm blood flowing beneath a kiss might ease the wounded sultan of his pain. If she loves him as I love you, my lord, there is no pleasure on the earth so sweet as is the pain endured for one adored. If I lay crushed beneath your slender feet, I should be happy. Ah, come soon, come soon. See how the stars grow large and wide above. The land breeze blows across the salt lagoon. There is no breeze to cool the heat of love. Till I wake, by Laurence Hope. When I am dying, lean over me tenderly, softly. Stop, as the yellow roses drop in the wind from the south, so I may, when I wake, if there be an awaking, keep what lulled me to sleep, the touch of your lips on my mouth. To the Hills, by Laurence Hope. 'Tis 8 miles out and 8 miles in, just at the break of morn. 'Tis eyes without a flame of wind to gain a kiss at dawn. Far where the lilac hills arise, soft from the misty plain, a lone enchanted hollow lies where I at last drew rein. Midwinter grips this holy land, this stony, treeless waste, where east, due east, across the sand, we fly in fevered haste. Pull up, the east will soon be red, the wild duck westward fly, and make above by anxious head triangles in the sky. Like wind we go, we both are still, so young, all thanks to fate. It cuts like knives, this air so chill, dear God, if I am late. Behind us, wrapped in mist and sleep, the ruined city lies. All where we race we seem to creep, while lighter grows the skies. 8 miles out only, 8 miles in, good going all the way, but more and more the clouds begin to redden into day, and every snouted peak grows pink and iridescent can gem. My heart beats quick with joy to think how I am nearing them. As mile on mile behind us falls, till out delight, I see my heart's desire, who softly calls across the gloom to me. The utter joy of that first laugh, nor later laugh has given, when while the skies grew light above, we entered into heaven. To the Unattainable, by Laurence Hope. Oh, that my blood were water, or a thirst, and won't I in some far desert land, how would I shed it gladly, if but first I touched my lips before it reached the sand. Once other gods were good to me. I threw myself upon a poison snake that crept where my beloved, a lesser love we knew, than this which now consumes me wholly, slept. But woe, alas, what can I do for thee? By fate and wine or beauty set above the need of all or any aid for me, too high for service or too far for love. Wings, by Laurence Hope. Was it worth our while to forgo our wings to gain these dexterous hands? Truly they fashion as wonderful things as the fancy of man demands, but to fly, to sail through the lucid air from crest to violet crest of these great grey mountains, quartz veined and bare, where the white clouds gather and rest, even to flutter from flower to flower, to skim the tops of the trees, and the roseate light of a sunsetting hour to drift on the sea-going breeze. Aye, the hands have marvellous skill to create as curious things, or else playthings weapons to kill, but I would we have chosen wings. Youth, by Laurence Hope. I am not sure if I knew the truth, what his case or crime might be. I only know that he pleaded youth, a beautiful golden plea. Youth with its sunlit, passionate eyes, its roseate velvet skin, a plea to cancel 1,000 lies or 1,000 nights of sin. The man who judged him were old and grey, their eyes and their senses dim. He brought the light of a warm spring day to the courthouse bar and grim. Could he plead guilty in a lovelier way? His judges acquitted him.